Here we go. I picture myself in this room. It's full of about 10 men, 11 men, something like that. And they're all sitting around, all of them. They look like, does anybody know what post-traumatic stress looks like? They're all sitting there staring at the wall or the ceiling or this everything but each other. And it's like they've had something happen to them so intense that they don't even want to talk to anybody or anything until they get it figured out for themselves, where they stand. And, I mean, each one of them, they're a group, but they're all scattered across this great big room, like I don't know, inside of the front of a house or courtyard or something. And this one guy's sitting at a table working on some nets. And these 3 women come walking in, and they're carrying refreshments. And they go over to the dude that's fixing on the nets, and head of the household, I guess. And they take refreshments over, you know, jug of wine, some cheese, some bread, and that kind of stuff. And as the guy reaches out to bless it and split it up amongst his buddies, he freezes. I mean, he's got his hands on this loaf of bread, and he's staring at it. And I looked around, and I see these other guys who are all staring at him, and I realized where I'm at, who this is. That's Peter. That's the other apostles. There's not 13 of them, you know, Jesus and Judas are gone. There's only 11. It's the day after the Ascension. They've just been through 3 very intense years. The Passover, the crucifixion, the resurrection, the 40 days with Jesus after the resurrection, the Ascension, and they're by themselves now. They've been through their mind. Yeah, it's time to, they're having a hard time with this. But as Peter breaks the bread, they all flash back to that last dinner they had, that communion, before he died. And they're remembering what he asked them to do. Remember me. And I realized then it wasn't all these promises that preachers and all these Christians and everybody else have tacked onto this whole thing. What Peter is remembering, and the rest of them, is the man. This is my body. They're remembering the guy that they camped out along the lake with, told stories around a campfire, tossed around ideas. Must have been tough being a fisherman and not being able to tell any stories around a campfire because Jesus is sitting there. Hey, that's a joke. Anyhow, they're remembering the man. And that's the one thing that I think that we've done, is we've forgotten him. And it's kind of like a voice that's coming down through all the years. Remember me? I'm a human being, like you. I know what you suffer. I know what pain is. I know what it's like to lose a father. I know what it's like to disappoint your mother. I know I'm one of you. And I think we've forgotten that. I think we've forgotten how much he understands us. We put him up on a pedestal. We put him up on a cross and we won't let him down. I think he'd like to be a friend of ours again. Don't you think?